Hey, good afternoon. It's under the tree once again. Mel, Tony, and Kyle. No, 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 no. These man. Tony, Kyle, and Mel. We can get that right. You didn't get that wrong. But anyhow, we got to set that right. So we got a couple of things on the agenda today. Ah, boy, this is a good day the Lord has made. You see how beautiful it is outside? Kyle, what you saying?
All right, yeah.
Mel, you good?
I'm excellent.
Well, you know, I heard a story today. Today is the what? The Woman's Day? What is that? What it is?
International Women's Day.
International Women's Day. Y'all ain't deserve it. But anyhow, let me give y'all props. So, so all these women around the Bahamas, around the world, I want to congratulate you on your day. I don't know what it means. I can let Carl tell you all of that, what women's mean and women's day and all that. But hear me. First of all, what we can do, we can talk a little bit about that woman thing, and then we can let Mel talk about what? Glaucoma Day. You know,
Glaucoma awareness.
glaucoma awareness. That means your eyes. You know, Mel is the woman who trained the nurses to become medical nurses with eye care. That's Mel thing. Mel, the eye woman. So she'll be getting into all of that. And then we come back to the show. What I talk is today? In Park of what?
A promise.
In Park of Promise. You know, man can lie good. You know, we can tell a woman we love her and then we mean we like her. But anyhow, Carl, you could congratulate the woman for me and then Mel, you could take that over and we done. There you go.
All right, so congratulations. Well, I don't know if it's congratulations, but happy International Women's Day to all the women out there who are very educated, intelligent, all of the ones who take care of the children, uh, all of the ones who are diligent, who are hardworking, going out of their for their careers, and all the women who help make our society run. So happy International Women's Day to all those women, especially, my mom is one, and my sister, and all of my women family members out there. You'll enjoy this day. And then, Mel, you can take it away from there.
Thank you. And yes, as the life of Under the Tree, we have always joined forces with the Bahamas Society of Ophthalmic Nurses in raising awareness about glaucoma. Glaucoma is one of those diseases that is labeled the thief of sight. And that is because, like high blood pressure, which is the silent killer, glaucoma steals your sight without giving you any warning until it is too late. Now, this is a disease that affects all races, but the one that is of major concern is the open angle glaucoma, which basically is found predominantly in people of African heritage. Now, the only way that you can know whether or not you have glaucoma is if you have an eye test. You may have a slight indication that you might be at risk if you've had a family member who would have lost their sight without any explanation. So, what do you need to do? If you are 30 years or older and you have a family member, cousin, aunt, mother, father that have glaucoma, you need to have an eye test done. In the Bahamas, both optometrists as well as ophthalmologists do the test. They are able to examine your eye. It takes about 15 minutes to half an hour, depending on the extent of the exam. The exam is not free unless you are a child. But of course, the focus is not on children, but more on the adult working population. I assure you that the price you pay for the exam is small compared to the price that you will pay if you lose your vision from glaucoma. And that is because once you lose your sight, it cannot be restored. This is not cataract, and this is not any other eye condition that can be treated with the potential of reversing the blindness. From glaucoma, there is no reversal. So take the time and have your eye tested. That's my 5 cents. Thank you.
Well, Doc, I got a few questions. I got a few questions. You say glaucoma?
Glaucoma, yes.
Glaucoma can be
It cannot be the
corrected.
blindness
Uh-huh.
from glaucoma cannot be corrected.
So when you got glaucoma and you got blindness,
That's because
it's,
the nerve in the back of the eye is damaged as a result of the increased pressure in the eye.
okay. And secondly, I just want to be proud, let the people know that's my favorite association, right? The atomic,
The Bahamas Ophthalmic Association,
because I
yes.
love those noises. I was instrumental to be right there when this was whole putting it together. And so I feel like a part of this atomic association. And so don't forget that. Anyhow, and last but least, I remember somebody was asking me about um recently we were doing some work and they got something in the eye. Could you explain when you get something in your eye, what is the best thing to do? So some of us run for water, some of us run some what's the best thing to do? Mhm.
Well, that depends on what the something is that goes in the eye. But of course, it is always water, clean
Mhm.
water.
Mhm.
And then after washing the eye, not rubbing it, never rub the eye, whether it's a particle or whether it's liquid that go in your eye, do not rub it. You find some water and you wash the eye consistently until it feels comfortable. It may take 10 minutes, it may take 15 minutes.
Well,
And then after you've finished washing and it feels better, then you can begin to take a look. If it's chemical, I suggest that you go on to see a medical doctor.
mhm,
If it's not a chemical and it is an object like a grain of sand, you can literally feel whether the water was able to wash it out or not.
mhm,
If it still feels gritty or painful, then you should see an eye doctor because there's a possibility that the object might have caused an abrasion or laceration, or it may still be lodged in the eye, either under the lid or in the surface of the eye. So it's always good to go and have a follow-up visit.
so last belief. I know why I asked you the question, but anyway, since I got you, I the people out there will listen to that. Since I got you, um, you know, old people like me don't like to go to the doctor, right?
Uh-huh. Mhm.
So when I have a little problems with my eye, I can stop to the nearest little shop pharmacy and get them little cheap glasses. You know them little ones?
Mhm.
Are they good to use? Does they help? They help you, but I mean, as a good long term to use, or you should go get your eye tested.
Okay. Difficulty reading is a normal aging process.
Mhm,
Once persons reach the age of 40, they begin to notice changes in their ability to read fine print. Find yourself pushing the book away in order to see. So, a glasses over the counter from a pharmacy, as long as it isn't causing a strain on your eye, but it's helping you to see reading much clearer, they're safe. Now, does that take the place of having an eye exam? No, it does not, because the readers help you with reading. But what if The problem is not that age related change. It could be that you're developing a cataract, or it could be that you may have an irregularity of the cornea where the light passes through and everything that you look at is being able to register at the back of the eye, which is the nerve, right? That takes the message to the brain. So the readers, yes, they are good if that is your only problem. But what if you get the readers and you notice that, okay, these worked for a while, but they're no longer working? That means that there is something progressively going wrong, and it may not be dangerously wrong, but it is always good to know. So have
Okay.
an eye exam.
Last. I promise it's the last one. This is huge. This is a huge one. Now, as I want you education, I want you educate the public. I'm freezing. Okay, I want you educate the public. Explain the type of doctors, because in the Bahamas we got this problem where people with different reasons go into people with different. So I want you to explain the type of eye doctors, so help the people out there.
Okay. In the Bahamas, we have two categories of doctors that attend to eye needs. We have the optometrist and we have the ophthalmologist. Now, you can have an optometrist who is a doctor, but they are not a medical doctor. They are a doctor of optometry, meaning that they specialize in problems with the eye as it relates to your ability to see. The ophthalmologist, on the other hand, is someone who is a medical doctor who specializes in conditions of the eye. So there are some conditions that the ophthalmologist, well, the optometrist can treat based on their level of training. So most of the optometrists here in the Bahamas, as I know them, are doctors of optometry. So under their scope of practice, they are able to treat minor conditions of the eyes, such as your conjunctivitis, and some of them will treat glaucoma, but it should be in collaboration with an ophthalmologist because it is a medical condition. So you see, the minor conditions they can address, the major conditions, they will actually refer you to an ophthalmologist. So, for instance, you have ophthalmologists that are specialists in corneal diseases. There are those that are specialists in pediatric. There are those who specialize in glaucoma. Now, all ophthalmologists can treat glaucoma. Some optometrists will also treat glaucoma, but there is a point where a specialist is needed. Glaucoma is not a condition to play with, nor is something like diabetic retinopathy, which is a complication of diabetes, where you have bleeding in the back of the eye that could very well um, lead to a cascade of multiple complications with your eyes that can lead to blindness. And so, if you go to an optometrist, if you only need glasses, or if you having something like astigmatism, nearsightedness, farsightedness, that's their area of specialty. Like I say, if you have a little conjunctivitis inflammation, they will also treat that, but they will also consult with an ophthalmologist for the medical management to make sure that whatever treatment that they are giving you is ideal and correct. But the judgment is on the practitioner to make sure that they are acting in the best interest of the patient. And when they've reached their scope and limitations as it relates to management, they will turn the patient over to the ophthalmologist, who is the medical specialist that is able to deal with the situation. And even the ophthalmologist may find themselves having to send you to someone who specializes in diseases such as someone who specializes in diabetic retinopathy that can do retinal surgery or laser therapy. And it's a large gamut of treatment that is available. But you have to be aware and you have to be able to ask questions and ask to be guided along the path where you get the best outcome, because blindness is not a joke.
Right. Anyway, folks, you know I love you, woman. That's what I give you today. So it's a recognition of Women's Day or whatever day it is.
Uh-huh.
So I give them a history so they can, most of y'all hardly can see. So I give you history of how to, now you know little about your eye problem and where to go and who the doctor to see, because he ain't every doctor to deal with your eye problem. Because one cut glasses, one take care of your eyes, and one the next one, whatever you do, he play with you. All right, whatever that. We're moving right on. What's our show today?
The impact of a promise.
Oh, the impractical problem. Well, let me tell you something. Carl, you the youngest one here. So I know you make a lot of promise to women and you never fulfill.
Yep.
So
You're right.
you could explain some of these promises you made, and then we will have a great discussion of some of these promises you made.
Let's see, we got Paco.
Sorry?
Mel left the
Mel left. This is a man chat. She come right back. This is a man chat. And so me and you for right now. She coming right back. So um like I say, you the youngest one here. You making promises every day. Mel, come back.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
you can. You try
all
curveball.
right.
He can
You
deal
can hear
with
me?
you. Yeah, we
Yes,
hear you. We got you, Carl.
I can't hear that. I can't hear him. All right. So I
You can
was
hear me
trying.
now.
I can't hear him.
You can hear me.
he's saying no.
Okay.
You can hear me, Kyle,
Yeah, I can hear you.
but you
Okay.
can't hear
But
Tony.
you can't hear me.
No, I can't hear him.
That's strange. Mel, hold on a second. Let me do my little whammy chammy.
But anyway, yeah, I made well, I'll go. I'll go.
Hey, Mel.
Uh,
Yeah, you could hit it.
I
Yeah.
make it. Well, I run
No
into a lot
slumber.
of
Huh?
issues
Why you stammering?
when it comes to women because yeah, when it becomes too much women, I just have to be like I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money for all. so so I just gotta be like, yeah, I can get to you, and then I don't get to them.
Yeah.
So that's what has happened. Like I will say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I can pay for this. I can pay for that. And I
Mhm.
can, yeah, and I can tell them, I can do this and I can do that. And I don't do it no more. They just get mad at me, and then I just stop. I just stop, and I'd be like, man, no, I don't have enough money for that.
Mel, you hear?
So
Because
yeah,
I know you
that's
speak hear me.
I make too much promises that really, yeah, I gotta stop doing that though, because they get very mad. But they just don't leave. They just don't leave. Even though they just get mad, they just don't leave. They still just be like, oh, so yeah, I have to stop doing that.
You have to stop
But
doing that.
yeah,
Yeah, woman easy.
see if I can get
Woman,
one of
woman,
them.
woman, woman listen. Women listen hard. They listen a lot, right? But they don't hear you. They don't hear when a man makes a promise. They so focused in where they want to get and what they want to do. So you tell them something that blow it over their head because they so focused on what they want to accomplish. So if they want to accomplish $10, they ask you $100, and they want to accomplish anything you say between that, they ain't hear that.
No, no, yeah,
The only one here, you say yes.
right, yeah, yeah,
So you could promise them anything in the middle.
yep.
Why are you laughing, man? You ain't think y'all woman
It
fool?
seems as if men and women suffer from the same issue because men don't have beyond the first sentence either.
But you think so? Tell a man you haven't. Tell a man you haven't. Tell a woman, you as a woman, tell a man you got another man. See, you think you can't hear?
But
You
he don't have
hear
nothing
that?
after that.
Huh?
But he don't have anything after that.
He would pay a lot of attention after that because he's trying to figure out now. Hold on, wait a minute. Somebody is stepping on my ground, and I ain't letting you. I ain't letting. See, it's okay for me to do fool, but as woman, no, 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 no. That's no, no, and that's what it is. And so, but woman has this tendency to make in relationship. Men live on making promises that they can't fulfill.
Mm.
It's so great, but we do that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what, and women gullibles, and we know that too. And so
yeah.
we throw it on them. The more they just laugh, we throw it on them because I can tell you, I come in there tomorrow, and when I come, this will happen. And
Uh,
when I get there, I can have all kind of stories what happened to me on the way coming. I could talk about how the bus had an accident and I had to put tires on the bus and how I had to stop at the gas station and fill up and all the money gone. So the time I
yeah,
reach
yeah,
you gotta be yeah.
yeah.
But the show is really today is based on the promises we made.
Right.
And a lot of men and women make promises they can't fulfill. And
Yeah.
and in marriage, that's the problem because one of the promises we did, we say, I will love you for the rest of my life. And we go on in church and we tell the man, what? For richer, for poor, for better, for what? All that food. And we believe that in our head.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute we come out of church, we remember, oh, geez, I only married this man because I want children. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I only married this man because he got a couple of dollars. I
Yeah.
only, I only married this man because I think my best friend like him, so I try to stop her from having him. People today don't marry of just love and simple love. They marry.
Nope.
Yeah. Kylie, go ahead.
I I had this conversation before. I think with one of my coworkers.
Excuse me.
They was saying something about oh well, marriage is about love and marriage is this and that, and I said no, it is not, because well, not the way that people get married today, because you have to understand, uh men, I think we had this conversation before. Men don't really want to get married,
Yeah, we had
but
that.
but they choose to get married because of social standing, because all the friends are married, expectations from the family, um and
Mother
women,
feast
and women
doesn't
too,
come that face. Mhm.
right? So it's an expectation that, you know what, let me just get a wife, but you ain't really care about the woman that you're marrying. You just care about how people look at you, that you have to have a wife. Now, I'm not saying that every man, right, but I mean, in a general sense, men have this idea that they have to have a wife or they have to have a woman for multiple reasons. um and so again, when you look at marriage, he wants the woman. Some men want the woman as a trophy, or this as a trophy. Oh well, they want to carry her around, they want to carry her around to their friends and everybody else and say, look at my wife, look at my wife. But in reality, that is how the promises get made. Oh, I'm going to build you a house. Oh, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that for you. They're doing that to make sure the woman is happy and satisfied and don't leave them. But really, deep down, there's really no love in that relationship. So both people are benefiting from each other. We don't have nothing to do with love. And I'm not every marriage, but A lot of the marriages go through this thing, and so that's why you have a lot of divorce. That's why you have a lot of divorce, because when the man can't maintain the standard anymore, she leaves him. She goes and finds the next person. So that's the cycle. That's the cycle of marriage. You see a lot in Bahamian marriages. A lot of women want to get married for the wedding. They just want to have the big
Mhm.
wedding and don't have everybody. So I mean, that's what you're looking at in Bahamian marriages.
And they,
So
yeah,
yeah,
and they have. Come, Mel. I can't hear you, Mel.
Can
Mel, we
you
can't
hear
hear
me
you.
now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
yeah.
Okay, Joni Robinson says, interesting. Um, so the
Hey, Joni. Go on.
promise is not kept. Is it that men are promising things that they know that they are not able to deliver?
Well, men promise things that they, yeah, sometimes they know they can't deliver it, but they believe that if they impress you,
Right,
you they got you.
right. Yeah,
And so once they impress you and they know you, some of you women are so gullible, and you women only looking for this little thing, this little things. So if they can promise you this, even if you can't reach it, in your mind you think they could reach it. So let's go back. Most men marry on a lie anyhow.
I just was gonna say, based on what
They may,
way you
there's
know you can't deliver it, so you
because
promise.
most, mhm, go on.
Promising and promises are based on your intention to never do it. And that's a lie. You're setting a foundation of
That's a lie. Yeah.
false hope, false
yeah.
promises.
Mhm. I got a, I got a woman. Most men have a woman. Most men don't let men see. Women can tell you that story, but I ain't got nobody. But
Yeah.
most men got
Another one.
somebody,
Yes,
somebody
that's
along the
true.
line.
That's
So
true. Yeah.
now, when you decide to get in a relation with somebody, you meet him and you try to get, he got somebody. Now you have to listen to his words. His words will say, "I will do this. I will do that." You know why he say those things?
Mhm.
Because you forcing him to say them. If
Wow.
you if you allow him
Mhm.
to just love you, he will then, you don't have to worry about the other woman. That's a non-issue. Go
That's
again.
easy for a man to say.
No, no. Listen where I come in. Okay. And Kyle, you could piggyback on this if you want. If you meet me with a woman and you like me and I start dating you and you treat me with love and respect,
Hmm.
the point that I date you is because something really wrong with what I have.
Is it?
Yeah, because if something wasn't wrong with what I have, I wouldn't date you.
Okay, that's spoken like Tony. Kyle, you agree
No,
with
no,
that?
no,
Do you
no,
think that's the average
no. Hold
perception
on.
men who have more than one woman? That
No.
because something is wrong where they are, that's the only basis for them taking up a
Few men.
relationship.
Um.
Let me explain. I'm glad you piggyback. Let me
mm,
explain. Let me explain and I tell you the difference. If I meet you and I got somebody else, most men only want hit and run. All right?
mhm.
So they only want hit and run. So the fact that he stay with you, something's not right at home.
Oh,
That's the difference. You see? Kyle, you can piggyback. Go ahead.
Um. For some men, yeah, but for others, some men just greedy. So I mean,
No,
you
that's a
have
small, but that's a, yeah, but that's a small fraction of men who greedy. We think a lot of men greedy. A lot of men don't like trouble. A lot of men don't like headache. That so what they'll do, they
no,
hit and run.
yeah, no, yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with that.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they ain't gonna take on to it, battle and battle. No, they can hit and
But
hey,
some men do that. Some men do want to have
some men do it.
they want that thrill. They want
Yeah,
that.
But
back and forth
it
and
has
whatever.
to be for you, for me, or them to stay with that person. That means they care a lot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But then,
So,
they probably want them around for that, you know, extra. So they would tolerate the foolishness to say that that's another one I could hit.
mhm. but
Like
but but
not stay as in like that's a girlfriend, but
but it's
stay as in keep them
yeah.
around.
But it's
Right.
easier. It's easier for me to hit and get away
Yes.
because why do you want to take on that problem, that burden, if you ain't care? 'Cause you got to be mentally crazy to take that on.
Yeah.
Uh, and so, what I'm saying here, the promise, we're talking about what the impact
Of a
of
promise.
me saying this to you and then coming behind your back and doing something different and dumping you or doing something different. The fact that you say this and the fact that you do this because what your new person that you tap onto,
Mm-hmm.
you then see all the mistake, the one that you got home. So you are not going to take that on in the next one. So you can try to clarify that early. You can say, this is what I don't like. My wife do. That's what most men do. They say, my wife is this. My wife can do that. My wife just. And so what happens? He then see that this is what I don't really want. But the reason he stays there is because he made a promise. Same thing.
So,
The impact of the promise. So
so
go ahead, man.
I get the feeling that things change in relationships all the time.
That's what Kyle was talking about. Yeah.
Okay? And
Mhm.
you may make a promise to someone on the basis that this person is meeting your needs. You make promise, she make promise, he
Mhm.
make promise. The promise is not kept on either end of the spectrum. You
Mhm.
might be the person who's not keeping the promise, or she might be the person who's not keeping the promise, or he might be the person who's not keeping the promise. Do you, based on that broken promise, make a left turn or a right turn, or do you turn inwards and try to get that promise fulfilled right where you are as opposed to diverting?
Well, most time you now you turn me into counselor today. Most time in relationship, right? What has happened is that people really don't like where they are.
But they're not working to improve it.
No, because it's like this. If I married when I was 19
Mm-hmm.
and I had 20 years of marriage,
Mm-hmm.
time I hit 20 years, we done sick of one another.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Hi.
What do you mean why? What do you
Yeah,
mean
Yeah.
why? First of all, we bought
but you ain't creating no excitement. It
because
takes
you wouldn't
you.
hold on. Because you wouldn't change. Because you can't say you've been doing something for 20 years the same way. Same way you wear your flannel panties come to bed. That's what you do for 20 years. So you change. So you
And
comfortable in your panties, right?
and I wear the flannel
Yeah.
and you don't take the initiative to go and buy what you want to see me
No,
in.
no. 20 years I was trying to tell you take it off. Put
No,
G
you
string.
tell me.
I
You
tried to put G string on.
tell me. You tell me. You didn't go in the store and say, I came to buy a nice outfit for my lady.
Why should I buy an outfit for you and
You
you could
want
buy it? And
something
you
different.
and you is the one who's supposed to say now
No,
you're
no, no,
trusting
no.
keep
Is
my
that
eye on
so,
you.
Kyle? Is that so, Kyle?
Well, I mean, I don't want to buy something and she don't like it. But
Exactly.
I probably get her. I probably get her what she
Give her the
like,
money.
what she like and what she don't like and with it. Yeah, I give her the money, but then if she
Give her the
want
money.
me,
Let her
then
go.
yeah. But whatever, just whatever she like, she tell me what she like. I get it.
Thank
I
you.
give her money. But
Thank you.
but
But
um
also,
yeah
you tell her what you like as opposed to condemning what she is wearing. You say, honey, why don't you try it? And you go, everybody have a handheld piece of device where you could go to all these different apps. You could even shop online with her.
Yeah, but and then you're talking about this marriage for 20 years, right? And
You,
let me go back.
listen,
Uh-huh.
a fire always goes out if you don't feed it wood. Isn't that so, Kyle?
yeah.
If you want a fire to stay light, you're gonna look at the fire and say, you better stay light. Why you ain't staying light? No, 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 no. You gotta
See,
work
see,
on it
see,
and you gotta invest in it.
see. The first things. See, let me spank you all, woman. Let me do this to you because so you can look at you ain't getting it. Let me get it. Because 20 years I've been married to you, I've been asking you to go basketball with me. I've been asking you to go hang out with me. And every time I ask you, you got your nails to do, you got your hair to do, you got to clean the house. You find every excuse. But
So
guess what? All like wait, and then you can answer me. But guess what? But guess what? You could go with your sister to all the
mhm,
beauty pageant, all the
mhm.
damn church service, funeral, whatever you want to do. See, marriage, go on. See this, go on. Mhm.
Match the match. The light ain't going on in your head. If
The
she
light.
going everywhere with everybody else and ain't going with you, why you still there?
But listen, this is now because I make a stupid promise. That's
And
it.
you still keeping because you was too
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah. I agree. But you see, I glad you say that because that was causes a lot of marriages don't work today
And
because
that's
a
why
lot of people stayed in it. Yeah, I'm glad you said. I
A
set
lot
you
of
up.
people stay in
Yeah,
stuff that they don't need to stay in because they feel like they've been in it for too long.
so
Like, oh,
long.
they've
It
been
become
in
a
that
part
for
of you.
20 years. Oh, I got to stay with my husband. No, you don't
Mm,
have to stay. See, that's the problem with
your
behemoths.
your
yeah.
partner is living whilst you're dying for their attention.
Yes, and
Yes.
that happens in relationship. Majority of relationships, somebody got to be the fool. Somebody got to get walk.
Well,
See, don't
and
ever fool
nobody have to
yourself.
get fooled. Nobody have to
No,
walk. Nobody
nobody should.
have to. And
Right.
nobody
Nobody
should.
should. But in most relationships, for it to work, somebody has to be the fool.
Nobody has to be a fool.
Nobody has to be a
Nobody
fool.
should.
Nobody has to be.
But in my, you got a wife. You got a wife
You
who got
could,
a
but
moat,
you
who
don't have to.
who got a moat on her, right? And you tell her, you embarrass me when you do it in the public. You got something to tell me. Tell me when you get home. No, I can tell you because you need to check. See, you got so much guys are being physically abused by them,
But
mentally abused
why do they tolerate it?
because the word that you sold to me, the impact of the lie, you tell me you love me and you
Yes,
tell me
but
you
she
never
done
leave me.
proved to
And
you.
so I
Yeah, but
stuck in the rock.
there's a breaking point for everything though. It's a
Yeah.
breaking
And,
point.
But
and she
You
most people
done
can't.
can't
proved
break.
to you
Most
that
Yeah.
people can't
that
break.
was only words. She done
Yeah.
proved to you her
Right.
action
For
can
actions.
tell
Right.
you
You talking about 90% of marriages who are
90% of them are fools.
90% of marriages on this. You know what's you know if somebody will tell you, they will say, well, man, I will make it with my husband. Man, I will make it with my wife.
Like Kyle say, for public image.
Yeah. For
Not just
public.
for profit, man. It do good for your soul. Let me explain. Let me explain that.
Really?
Yeah, do good for your soul. See, what happens is hard for women, especially, to go find another man to go through that again.
You ain't a woman. You can't talk for woman.
Hold on. I only can tell you what they tell me.
They lying.
The majority of them tell me it's hard to start over. This woman
No,
tell me.
yeah, the hardness is in their head.
I don't know. I don't know where it is. It might
It's
be in their
a
foot too.
belief that you hold. You
But majority of
believe
them
that it is hard.
don't
No, it
want,
will be hard.
they don't want, because women so emotional built.
Let me
They
tell
don't
you.
want to go back to
Let me
this
tell you.
bad feeling
Let me tell
and
you
this
what I
hatred feeling.
believe.
Mhm.
I believe a lot of people stay in dysfunctional relationships, relationships that don't fulfill them because of some of the things that Kyle spoke of, but also because they believe that it is hard. You walk down the street, listen, it may not be the right person who trying to get your attention, but people are always trying to get somebody else's attention.
But when
Okay?
you,
But it might be the standard that they set for themselves that they do not want to go against. They feel, but guess what? I had them say it, I don't know, they say it jokingly, but the easiest way to find or to get from under one somebody, they say, is to get under another person.
well,
Even if it's just
that's
to
a
get
man
on the
theory. That's
person's
the man
nerves,
theory.
right?
Because to
But
get rid of you, I got to get somebody else.
the thing is this, I believe that a lot of people are stuck because of their self perception, low self esteem,
Yeah.
no low self worth. You do not put up with garbage
But some of them could be lying.
unless you are a
Some of
garbage
them might want to leave.
collector, you
They could
being
be
paid
lying.
to collect it.
They tell you, you see, we talk about the impact of what they tell you. They could probably tell you, you know what? I can leave because I don't like this person or this. They could be lying to keep you at bay. It could also go that way.
Yeah.
You that's how it is. Some of them you can tell you, you know, I don't like this woman. I don't. But they only tell you that to keep you
Yeah. When it
hands
comes,
on you. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
even
I
then,
leave, and they ain't going nowhere.
that's
Huh?
a promise that
Yeah.
has a lifespan. After
But
so many times of hearing it, you gotta action speaks
speak
louder than
actions
words.
speak louder than words.
Words are easily spoken.
And my mother always tell me, actions speak louder than words. But she promised she was coming home to cut my hair, and she came, and she did cut my hair.
Mm-hmm.
But does that change you?
No,
All right, then.
no.
So,
But I know one thing, it
so
changed you
action.
slightly. It may not
Yeah, because
discontinue,
yeah, because I was young
discontinue,
and
but you're gonna get a little smarter with when you do it, where you do it, and who see you do it. So
but
that it
see,
don't get back to her because you know you'll get another whipping.
see when I was younger, I was stupid. I understand. When you're younger, you do stupid things and you do something, you know, young and full of cum. You looking for the next. You're looking for the next. It's like you rapping all day. But for me, that was mental. There was not just it was mentally fulfilling for me.
Game,
Yeah, because it's make me happy. You know,
game,
the more I conquer, the happy I get.
ego.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
it wasn't. See,
Ego.
where I going with this conversation? It wasn't the fact that what I say, the
But the
fact that
impact of what you say had on the other individual.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Smooth talker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so back in the day, I would get ready, clean up my car on a Friday, dress the best, and I go on out. But the world was different. Let me explain what I mean. Then we can close. The world were at every, I guess, God, what do you call it, millennium? Every 10 years, you could say the world has changed.
Every
20
10 years,
years,
20
Every
years.
decade, yeah, a
Like,
cycle.
10 years. Okay, so back in my day, all we had is woman. There hardly no man around, so I could choose, fuse, pick, choose, and refuse.
That's the story
Now,
I hear in the
now,
day of today.
but and 10 years after me, there was a different generation where
Same
they had
situation
where
though.
they had less women, more men.
Really?
Yeah, and then 10 years after that, now let's go to these years. That 10 years was Carlin years, right? And then this year, this 10 year now is a bunch of sissies. It's a whole. It changes as it go. A lot of sissies around. In Cali, there were probably a lot of a mix by sissies because in Carlos days, Carlos talking your school days when you get to college school days.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
People was open then. Like that's how they started to get open then, right, Carl?
Yeah,
At
that's
your
what
age.
right. Yeah.
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 And the next 10 now, which is next 10, all happened is people just turning sissies. Like that's what's winning the battle. So
Yeah,
in
well,
my day,
back in your day, you couldn't be open. So I mean,
right,
you
and you
couldn't
could,
be
But
open.
that don't mean there were less, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
No,
you
no, no,
might have.
no, no,
it
no, no,
I
no.
wasn't
talking about
less, but
I openly or whatever.
open. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Man.
so what it is now in my day, there was alone 7 women to 1 man. So
It
you,
Right.
still is.
yeah. So now the Bahamas has come where we had taken so many illegals and so many um, work permits and so you got like almost a balance. But in my day, all we had is women because all the men gone to work out of the country who ain't working. So all we had is women. So I could have had 7 one time. I understand you how things change. Like I had good process. And so you sit back and wonder, and then think about what I'm saying. So in the next 10 years, where we be? That's scary. So you think back then my words fall on the ground. You can imagine what to come. The
Mm.
words with you, what to come would be hell on earth for relationships, because the belief now. Then you all can piggyback off me. This way I going. The belief now is that marriage is garbage. Why are you getting married? That's what the young people think now.
Yep.
So it can be scary in the next 10 years. What it can be?
Well, not only that, but ain't nobody having children either.
Uh,
So
that's the new one. You're
yeah,
right.
So
ain't
So
when the
nobody
that's what I say.
nobody
In
there
the next
trying to
10 years,
have
what it'll be? That can be scary. Go,
children.
Mel.
so when the promises are made, who are they being made to? And
Well,
is it gonna be careful? Are they gonna be broken? Or there will be no promises
there
in the
will be no promises then. See, just 10 years now. There will be no. Hey,
Nope.
hey, listen. Everything goes. That's what I'm telling you. Everything will go. So when a man says something, you can't even believe it because he just talking on top of his head. Because as you see now, young people don't want to work, so they ain't got nothing to give you. Young people word it fall to the ground. See, it's like we have to look at what how our Bahamas or our world's progressing, and then I'll close with this. If we don't be careful, old people need to get out of the way, because if we don't let the young people take the country and the world to the next level, we can get left. And we are getting left in the Bahamas. We are getting left now. We get we getting left. I give you a little example of what I'm talking about. And Carl, you could then you can piggyback and then Mel, you go. Let me close. The way Sabas think. See, let me put it to you all. The way Sabas is thinking is progressing, right? Purely literate, things done, the click. And the way Braves think, I have to check to make sure it's right 3, 4 times. Sabas is doing it now. You see what I'm talking about, Carl? When I say if you
Yeah.
don't get if you're young, if you don't move it the way and let the young people, and Mel, you can piggyback on this. We has to let the young people take the baton. They need us as experience. We in the background, but to take the country to the next level, We need young progressive thinkers.
We need young minds.
Yeah, go ahead.
Impact of a promise.
Yeah, yeah. Where the hell we going?
But you
Right.
know what? You know what? The impact of a promise that ties nice with the individuals he just. Yeah, but I won't get into politics on the show. But
No, no.
that's
We're not
how
getting to politics.
that's how
I
politicians
just use
think,
that
right?
example.
Yeah, I know. You know, the politicians use the impact of a promise to you know galvanize their supporters.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a top. That's a topic for a different for a
Yeah,
different.
different day, different day. I just
Uh,
use an example.
but yeah. But in terms of the promise, a lot of men get caught up when they just trying. Sometimes they just trying to rap like that, like Daddy say. They just trying to rap,
Yes,
and they
Rob.
just trying to they trying to talk, just sweet talk, and they don't really mean nothing by it. But
Nothing.
but they get themselves in problems when the
Mm.
woman say, "Okay, how much you sending to my," you know, okay, and you get the girl number, you get a
Oh
number,
yeah, sister fall in
and
love.
you want a number, you want a number, but you didn't want the headache that come with it. So now you ain't got no, for men, you don't want to look like you are airbagger. See, that's
Right.
that's the thing with men.
So you
Men,
force my hand.
right? Men feel forced in a way, where now, okay, now she is a beautiful girl. I have a chance with her now. If
Mhm.
I don't deliver on the promise, then I lose. And so that's the issue with men face. Men sometimes they have to cough it up because now they get the girl and they don't want to lose the girl. And so that is the issue men face when it comes to this promise. But see, back to Mel's point, uh, don't say nothing what you don't say it if you ain't mean it. So I mean, again, men, you can't help men. Men are hunters, so you can't. It's you can't help it. Men can't help it. They can't help it, and so they have to do what they have to do in order to get the girl, and then they realize it's a headache now, and then now they can't back out.
Yeah.
But that happens to a lot of Bahamian men,
Oh yeah.
and Bahamian men will have to learn how to approach without promising. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
I like that, Kyle. I like that.
Yeah.
Approach without
No
promising.
promises.
Yeah, approach without promising, because when you approach without promising, you
Uh-huh.
get the girl's true intentions. You get her true intentions. She ain't
Yeah.
gonna want you for. She ain't gonna. If you don't ask, if you don't mention money or anything like that, then you see how she really feel about you. That's
Mel,
that's hard to do. So yeah,
Like that. And
yeah.
somebody on the show. Somebody.
yeah, that's Joni. She had said well said
Oh,
sometime.
okay. Okay.
Um, the impact of broken promises runs deep and wide, and that is why men are getting swing because women have had too many broken promises.
Hmm.
So to set the scale in balance, men have to stop lying. That's what broken promises are. They are lies. If you can't do it, approach without promising. Just like Kyle say, let's get this thing back in balance. Okay? And let's see if we can get better relationship outcomes, better marriage outcomes. Because the true character of an individual is when you don't make a promise
Right.
and you are able to really study both males and females to see where their head is at, whether their direction aligns with your direction. And if it doesn't, stop thinking you could change an individual to turn their course in the direction you want them to go. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, folks, it's 4 o'clock or close, and at 4 o'clock it's Tony time. So, folks, that's the end of my show. It's got to run. Carl, you got anything to say before I run? Mel, you got anything? Because I'm ready to run. All right,
That's
folks.
it.
Okay, folks. That's Mel and Tony and
Kyle.
Kyle. Hold on, I got you. Under the tree chat, and Mel is giving you history of eye and glaucoma and what doctor to run to if you have this problem and that problem. Well done, George. Well done, Mel. And I letting the people know that I gotta give you props. Let me give you props before I go. Go, we gotta go. You have done a good job in this country in training atomic noises. And if nobody ever thank you, let me thank you on this show. See, because the ones that do the hard work and all the lifting don't ever get recognized, The people come after when they're done set. And so I'm gonna set the record here. I know the struggles. See, nobody know. I know the struggles when you get them paper and pen and through the night and all that to get the Atomic Associate up and running. See, I know. Nobody can tell me. I was there. And so what I'm saying is that in this day, we wanna, even if the PMH and whatever never give you your props, I'm gonna give you your props on the show. Job well done, putting the pieces together and writing all the program and writing all the things. So I want to thank you if the government never did it. And so that's the end of our show today. Doc, see you later. Carl,
Mm-hmm.
I salute you, buddy. Great job.
All right.
Folks, every Sunday, 3 o'clock, Mel, Tony, and Kyle under the tree chat, where we meet every Sunday. See you next Sunday. Bye bye.